Would you rather appear rich or rule your wealth in silence? Because understand this, most men today do not seek fortune. They seek the illusion of fortune. They parade themselves like princes while living like prisoners. Every action is a performance: the leased car, the rented status symbols, the dinners they cannot afford. Their bank accounts are kingdoms on the verge of collapse. Machiavelli would have smirked at this theatre. In The Prince, he warned, "Men judge more by the eye than by the hand," and modern men prove this daily. They strive to look powerful instead of becoming powerful. They flaunt belongings they do not own, buy comforts they cannot maintain, and imitate lifestyles that one misfortune could annihilate. This is the tragedy of our age, a generation dressed like nobility, living with the anxiety of peasants. Meanwhile, the truly wealthy, you pass them without notice. They hide in plain sight, silent, unbothered, calculating. They practice a doctrine, unknown to the masses: stealth, wealth, no applause, no grand displays, just assets multiplying quietly while they walk around in modest clothes as if it were armor. No flex, no noise, pure power. Today's video exposes exactly that. What Machiavelli would call the strategy of invisible dominance. How the elite keep wealth, protect power, and move through the world untouched. Because once you understand this game, you'll see humanity split in two: those who look rich and those who are rich. Most will grind for decades, only to retire on the cheapest food in the store. Let us begin at the root: why employees never recognize that stealth wealth even exists. Most people think wealth is the man with the golden watch, the shiny car, the house he cannot truly afford. They mistake income for power, appearance for stability. But Machiavelli warned, men are so simple and so driven by immediate needs that he who deceives will always find those willing to be deceived. Income is not wealth. Status is not power, and nothing reveals this faster than real examples. Case study: the successful pauper. We all know him. Call him Mike. Mike earns $150,000 a year, yet suffocates under the weight of every luxury he buys to impress spectators who do not care. A car payment like a chain, furniture financed like a burden, a house that owns him, not the other way around. And online, he flaunts victories he never truly won. One corporate layoff, and his entire kingdom collapses. This is what employees never grasp. Wealth is not what you earn, it is what you keep. Now consider Sarah, a true millionaire, not by display, but by dominion, cash-rich, asset-heavy, unafraid, and invisible. No designer logos, no frantic signaling, just properties, index funds, and silence. While Mike drowns in liabilities, Sarah builds an empire without uttering a word. This is the creed the elite know well. Avoid attention, accumulate power. Rockefellers used it, Rothschilds perfected it. Asian dynasties built empires with it. Stealth wealth is not poverty of appearance, it is mastery of perception. Because in truth, the loudest are the weakest, the quietest they are the ones to fear. But why do the wealthy remain silent? Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. A ruler becomes vulnerable the moment he becomes predictable. The moment people sense wealth, your life changes, and not in your favor. So let's unveil the 3 Machiavellian reasons the rich hide their money. Reason I: the less they see, the less they demand. Power thrives in concealment. Once people believe you hold resources, they begin calculating how to extract them. This is not theory, it is human nature. A man who wins the lottery is swarmed by 30,000 beggars, not because he changed, but because others sensed opportunity. That is why the wealthy downplay their status. The moment you appear rich, you stop being a man and start being a target. Reason 2: true wealth buys freedom, not attention. Every wealthy person understands this. You grind to escape permission, not to display luxury. Bezos drove a Honda. Zuckerberg wore the same shirt. Kamprad of IKEA bought second-hand clothes, not because they were frugal, but because they were free. The man addicted to validation is not wealthy. He is enslaved to the applause of others. Flash breeds dependence. Silence breeds autonomy. Reason 3. Visibility invites danger. Why does Warren Buffett live in the same modest house? Because safety is a form of power. When the world knows you possess wealth, you become prey to taxes, to lawsuits, to opportunists, to emotionally manipulative relatives, to human vultures. Old money families learned long ago, an invisible monarch rules longer than a visible one. Stealth wealth is not secrecy, it is survival. Now, how does one actually practice it? Here are the 5 Machiavellian disciplines that separate rulers from peasants. Step I. Kill the need to. Impress society trains you to fear looking unsuccessful. Reject this. No prince wastes gold for admiration. The rich buy assets, the poor buy symbols. And the louder the flex, the weaker the foundation behind it. Step 2. Own more, owe less power, requires ownership, not obligations. The wealthy keep their lifestyle small so their empire may grow large. The poor acquire liabilities, the wealthy acquire leverage. Step 3. Make secrecy a habit. Your finances are a weapon, keep them sheathed. Never reveal your income, gains, investments, or ambitions. Let others underestimate you. Hidden strength is twice as potent. Step IV. Automate wealth, ignore hype. The masses chase excitement, the elite chase inevitability. They build wealth so predictably that emotion cannot destroy it. No gambling, no hype, no frenzy, just compound interest working like a silent army. Step V. Reject lifestyle creep. Every raise is fuel for the empire, not for vanity. The moment your lifestyle expands, your freedom contracts. The wealthy remain unchanged even as their fortune multiplies. This is discipline. This is dominance. Now to the darker truth. Why must you stay quiet about your wealth? Because once people believe you have money, they weaponize guilt. This is the oldest strategy of the weak, a method that has destroyed more fortunes than bad investments ever could. They ask for help, but demand obligation. And when you refuse, you become selfish. Machiavelli warned, generosity becomes expected, and once expected, it becomes impossible to satisfy. People forget every time you said yes. They remember the one time you said no. This is why the wealthy hide, not from people but from expectation. When people see you as average, they leave you alone. When people see you as wealthy, you become the solution to every crisis they created. Old dynasties understood this. They lived modestly while controlling empires because a visible king is hunted. An invisible king rules forever. And now you know the truth. Real wealth is not the appearance of power, it is the absence of dependence. Freedom, silence, dominion, stealth, wealth is only the first step. Beyond it lies the deeper code, the 12 habits that transform ordinary income into generational power, and that is where your path continues.